Just over halfway through Season 14 in the Simulation Football League, and we come to you live from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. A matchup between the New Orleans Pharaohs and the Sioux Falls Sparrows. The midnight shift being run by Chris Curtis along with Ryan Caudill. And Ryan, a couple of teams that are, one on the outside looking into the playoff picture already, and one in the middle of the pack.
That's right. Both of these teams have something to prove coming into this game. It should be a really exciting one.
Very good game coming up for you next. Sioux Falls leading the league in first downs allowed, the least allowed on their particular chart. And on the other side, it is the opposite direction for the New Orleans Pharaohs.
Yeah, that's right. For New Orleans, their offense has been able to carry them forward on the back of Xander Gold himself. He's having an amazing season so far, and he'll be looking to continue that tonight against Sioux Falls.
Yep, you will indeed. Your kickoff from Sioux Falls in just a second. About to get going. Game on as we come to you from Sioux Falls. It will be the Sparrows getting the ball first in their black and yellow uniforms. In the white and purple and gold is going to be New Orleans. We're about to get things underway and ready to go. Kick up and gone. This will get down to about the 6-yard line. Caught there, return to the 15, 20, 25, right to shoot at the 25-yard line, and he'll get taken down at the 25. So let's enter one. Julian Tyree, the quarterback for the Sioux Falls Sparrows, his main bell cow, Colin Hart. See what they can do. Julian Tyree is an interesting one. He has not had an amazing year, but he's had a satisfactory year. His running backs and fullbacks doing a majority of the work.
Yeah, he hasn't had an amazing year, but he has had an amazing career. And
yes.
Putting up career numbers all across the board.
Shotgun on first down. Looking to throw on first. That's going to be over the middle. Caught and towards the 9-yard line. It is 2nd and 1. Let's take a look at this offense for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Julian Tyree, we mentioned. Colin Hart as well. Jalen Wells, your fullback. A.J. Warren, that is Gunnar Lewis, and Al Dillapre Sr., along with Noe Terrazas as your tight end for the Sparrows. Split backs formation for Tyree. His running back and his fullback back there. Handoff, right side, gets the first down and a couple more. And he'll get taken down at the 40-yard line. The defense for the Pharaohs, Chris Leone, the defensive end, Ovaltine Jenkins, the other one, Zig Washington and Ray West, your defensive tackles, linebackers Nelson Lozano Jr., Bryce Lincoln, Levant Irvine, your linebacking core, Aaron Arrington and Roland Hood, your cornerbacks, Sheldrick Dynasty, Dante West, your free safeties, and Tank Bennett, your strong safety for New Orleans. Tyree right side, nearly picked off. That was close towards the sideline, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Rolliman Hood almost getting an early interception off of Tyree, and that was almost a uncommon mistake from Tyree, and I'm surprised they're actually starting to throw the ball here on first down, where I would maybe see establishing the run, try to get the ball to Colin Hart, who hasn't seen it.
Rolliman Hood had an interception last week in their loss. 3 in the backfield for Julian Tyree on 2nd and 10. Handoff, Colin Hart. He moves to the left, in between the tackles, got some room to go, trying to break 3 tackles, and he'll eventually get taken down. Question then becomes, what are you watching? This is the Simulation Football League. It is the world's first controllerless esport. The majority of the skill positions and other positions on the field are representing actual human beings in the chat. And on these teams, playbooks are generated by users that submit their playbooks each and every week for the game. And then the plays selected by the AI in the game. So we are, that's what this is. Welcome in for those of you that have just joined us. 3 in the backfield for Tyree. Hart getting it on first down. He's got some more room to go. Left side, trying to burn the sideline, and he'll get taken down at the 17 in the red zone for the first time today.
And as I was saying, get the ball to Colin Hart, and he will get the chains moving. He has shown that he is able to do that, and he's getting positive yards on 2 plays already, putting a dent in the New Orleans defense.
That's good work. He had a real good week last week. Actually, the running back core the running core for the Sparrows did really well. All 3 touchdowns they scored last week were from the running backs. or running backs and fullback anyway. Split backs for Sioux Falls at the 17. 7 in the box defensively for New Orleans. And off the right side, that is a hit at the 13 and taken down there. That would be Jalen Wells, his first hearing.
Yeah, and that was a tough hit he took from Aaron Arrington, trying to make a statement already, but they're in the red zone. They're not stopping for anybody.
It's good stuff early from Sioux Falls. New Orleans trying to batten down the hatches. Keep them to 3 if they can. Run left side through the tackles to the end zone. He does not quite get there. That was close. Colin Hart gets stopped at the 1-yard line.
Yep, and that was a tackle that needed to be made, and who else could make it but Tank Bennett? He is the leading tackler in the league, and he makes a crucial stop to prevent Hart from getting a touchdown there.
Very, very good work from him to prevent him from crossing the plane. First and goal. Sioux Falls a chance to get early points on the board. Less than 4 minutes into this ballgame. High formation. Plenty on the line defensively in their goal line defense. Hand off. Wells through the middle. No, he did not get in. Still at the 1. Got a little bit closer, but did not get that white line.
And this is what I find fun about football, is these goal line stands that you never know really what's going to happen until it happens. And New Orleans defense comes up big yet again, making a stop against a really hard backfield for Sioux Falls.
Take a look at Aaron Arrington there. He had a pick. He's had 2 picks in the last 2 games. Handoff and an immediate tackle for loss. There is some laundry on the field. We'll see what that has to do with anything. But at the moment, real nice play.
Looks like a Pharaoh jumped off sides there, so gave him a free play and a free first down.
Well, half the distance to the goal we go. Neutral zone infraction. And not that there was much to move to make it half the distance, but they'll get another shot.
Yeah, and that's a pretty big flag actually on Ray West there. If he doesn't get that flag, then we're looking at a 3rd and 5 situation, but instead we get a fresh set of downs for Sioux Falls, and if I was them, I'd pound the ball 3 times with Colin Hart.
2nd and goal. Split backs for Sioux Falls. Gone to this formation a lot in this first drive. And off this time, does he get in? He's close. And they will say, yes, he is in. That is Colin Hart. First touch, or actually Fox, the backup, is in. He'll get the touchdown and get them on the board.
Yeah, I think they put in the backup trying to throw him off, and it worked. Freddie Fox getting a touchdown and putting some points on the board early for Sioux Falls, which is definitely a good sign for them.
I guess when you try to run the regulars a couple plays in a row, it doesn't work. Try to change it up. That's exactly what they did. Sioux Falls gets their first touchdown of this football game. Maxwell Fall in for the extra point. Left-footed kicker, good hold. Kick is up and on the way. It is up and it is through. 7-0. Sioux Falls leads, and New Orleans has yet to touch the ball. Good start for them on their first drive.
Yeah, and the highlight of that was Colin Hart. On his back, they were able to get these first downs that they weren't quite getting through the air. He had only 3 rushing attempts last drive, 55 yards, 18.3 per carry. Ridiculous.
Falk has it teed up to give New Orleans their first chance at the football. This kick is up and on the way. Will be returnable from the goal line. Brought it at the 5, 10, moving right at the 15. He will get to the 20, 25, and gets taken down exactly there. So let's go over the Pharaohs offense before they come out. We are looking at Xander Gold, your quarterback, Reggie Streeter, your running back, Badir Ajlani, and Deezer Powell, along with Ermac Jackson, your wide receiver trio, Yasim Clifton, your tight end for the Pharaohs. Give Xander Gold the football. See what he can do on 1st and 10. Split backs formation. One of them is Streeter, going to the outside in his direction. He's going to move towards the sideline, and after a 4-yard gain, he is taken down. Going to the defense, James Kelly and Jonathan Kemp, your defensive ends. Outside linebacker, Jose Fuentes. Inside, Alex Parker, along with Nick Fargo. Cornerbacks, John Barnhart and Terrell Davis. And Jay Ringgold, your free safety, along with A.J. Levy, your strong safety for the Sioux Falls defensive unit. Under center, Xander Gold in the single back. Back there is Streeter. On second and a few. Throwing left side, taking a shot that's picked off. Immediately, the plague that has taken down Xander Gold's production bites him in this game, and that is a 1st and 10 for Sioux Falls back the other way.
Yeah, that's right. Xander Gold with 18 on the year, make it 19, and he is no stranger to the interception. That puts him at 5th in the league, and Sioux Falls able to capitalize on him.
Yep, good play and good work being aggressive from the secondary unit on Sioux Falls. Able to get their hands on that football. Bring back out Sioux Falls, who can potentially take a 2-possession lead very early in this game. Trips left for Tyree. Good throw over the middle, and that's going to be a catch and 1st down. 1st and 10 to the 42-yard line for the Sparrows.
And that was a veteran play by Tyree. He saw the hit coming, and he was able to step up, make that quick throw that needed to be made, and get that 1st down really quickly. And I think it's that kind of veteran presence that really steps up this offense.
Credit to A.J. Warren on that catch, going into a high traffic area and bringing that one in as well. Tyree trips right. 1st and 10 on the New Orleans side of the 50. That's a catch over the middle. And a good one, another 1st down, 2 plays on 2 1st downs, and that is Noe Terrazas.
Yeah, the rookie tight end coming in, making a good catch there in what looked like a lot of traffic, but he just came out open and got the 1st down there. And, you know, him along with these other rookies that they have on the offense are really doing really good this year for Tyree, stepping up a little bit and creating some production.
Hart in the backfield, breaks a tackle, got some room to go to the 20, the 15. He's taken down at the 14-yard line. Another good play from Colin Hart, and they're on all facets right now.
Yeah, it seems like Colin Hart, every play is a good play. 4 attempts, 71 yards already, and he just runs to the outside and beats everyone. New Orleans has no answers for him so far.
At least not at the moment. Already 71 yards for Colin Hart. Hard to believe, as we're not even halfway through, just over halfway through this 1st quarter of play. In the gun is Tyree, 5 wide. From the 14-yard line, left hash. High snap, brings it down, throw towards the sideline, but out of bounds, 2nd and 10. Had a shot to Gunnar Lewis, but he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, it looks like he let him just a little bit too much out of bounds there. Not able to keep his toes in and catch that. You'll call that every time.
And again, in the SFL, a 1-foot league. You're just a little bit too far out for that. You see A.J. Warren lining up top of the screen for this play. Offset I formation. Hart in the backfield with 7 in the box. Tyree handoff. Hart right side through the tackle, gets a few, and then it's taken down after a 3-yard gain, 3rd and 7.
Looks like he just had one man to beat, needed his tackle to get out in front of him, but he wasn't able to make it happen, and he's actually stopped short. That was the shortest run he's had all game.
In the gun is Tyree. 3rd and 7. This could be a potential moral victory for New Orleans if they can try to make this 3rd down stick. Tyree to throw, left side, back of the end zone. That is caught, and what a grab it was. That's Gunnar Lewis with the touchdown.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing catch. Just barely getting his feet in and making an amazing play to put Sioux Falls up 2 scores already. We're not even done with 5 minutes in this 1st quarter.
Great awareness as well. Look at him realizing where he's at, where the feet need to be. That's awesome from Gunnar Lewis, and that is going to put them up 2 scores early in this one.
Yeah, great ball placement as well. Just able to use Gunnar's height to his advantage, and he makes the perfect turn on a dime and just stays in bounds. Just an amazing play all around.
Great focus, and that will bring Sioux Falls to a 13-0 lead, potentially 14. Is this one through? It is. And that is going to bring us to a 2-touchdown score. 14-0 New Orleans going to get the ball back here in just a moment. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people on Medicare struggle to pay the high out-of-pocket costs associated with their Medicare benefits.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Paultangi. I encourage patients to research Medicare supplement plans that pay their co-pays, deductibles, and coinsurance for things like outpatient care, care in a skilled nursing facility, and time spent in the hospital.
To find out if you're eligible for these benefits, call the Medicare Insurance Plan Helpline today.
Call 1-800-696-0059.
And back to it, 14-0 Sioux Falls after 2 drives and 2 touchdowns as they take advantage of the turnover by New Orleans. Kick going to go their way again. We'll see what this drive has in store for Xander Golden Company. Kick is up and gone. It'll get to about the goal line again. Brought out again to the 10 at the right hash mark. Going to move right further. And that is going to bring us to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for Sioux Falls. Last time these two teams met was the only time Sioux Falls leads the all-time 1-0, Ryan.
Yeah, Sioux Falls was able to beat New Orleans last time, also at home on the back of a great game from New Orleans. Their quarterback core, A.J. Warren, getting a touchdown. Everyone getting the ball in that game.
Yeah, A.J. Warren very, very good, as well as Deezer Powell, both of which are in this game, and a big hit on 1st down. A 1-yard loss brings Reggie Streeter to the turf, and what a hit by the linebacker.
Yeah, that was just another great play, able to put Reggie Streeter on his back, and we haven't really been able to see some big plays from the New Orleans offense. I mean, that was the only 3rd one, but still.
Tackle for loss by Jose Fuentes on that play, 2nd and 11. Sioux Falls defensive line getting a little antsy there. You can see some movement across it. Throw over the middle by Gold, and that is not going to work. It's dropped, as that didn't quite go the way it was drawn up.
Yeah, got to catch those, but it's a tough play to make, and now we're in a tough third and long for New Orleans. They're going to have to pull something out.
Yeah, this is a problem for the Pharaohs. They cannot afford to go 3 and out. This becomes a really big 3rd down already early in this football game, and they know it. Trips right for Xander Gold. As the football, 3-step drop, looks, tries to throw, not going to happen. He is sacked immediately after that, and that is 4th and a mile. They will have to punt.
Yeah, the Sioux Falls defense showing up huge there. They have been able to limit the New Orleans offense to nothing so far, and that was a huge sack. Strong
safety A.J. Levy, the veteran in the SFL, on the sack, and that's going to force a 3 and out. And his punter's going to be in the shadow of his own end zone for this kick. Punt up and away, caught at midfield, and the fair catch called for and taken. 1st and 10 for Sioux Falls, right at the midfield stripe.
Yeah, and we'll look to see the Sioux Falls offense come back strong. New Orleans defense has not quite had an answer for the strong running attack that they've been able to put up against them. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do if they can try to stop them, need to try to regain momentum or something here.
There's not been a lot of time of possession for New Orleans offense either, so they've had a lot of time out on this field early. And off, Colin Hart. First play of the scrimmage on this drive. This is going to be a run to nearly the 1st down marker, 9-yard run to the 41-yard line. He is awesome so far in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, he's basically unstoppable, and it took about 5 guys to take him down last time. You can see already he's starting to wear on him, and just those one plays where it takes a bunch of guys, a bunch of attempts to try to tackle him, that'll wear you down very quickly.
2nd and 1 for Sioux Falls on the New Orleans side of the 50 once more. Offside eye. Hart in the backfield. Wells is in the fullback spot. Hart left side. Broken tackle. He's there for a 1st down. To keep up with how your player and team are doing this season, visit simulationfl.net for standings, leaderboards, and sortable team stats. The rookie big board is there too, tracking the next superstars in the SFL. Don't forget to check out the About section as well to get caught up with what the SFL is. If you're new, it is a really great resource if you're trying to get involved if you choose to. 3 in the backfield, handoff, Hart, right side, breaks through a tackle. He's got a couple of those tonight. He's going to get another 5 yards. His yards after first contact have got to be plenty for him right now.
Yeah, he is not going down no matter how hard you try. You get an entire 300-pound Zig Washington on your back, and he can't even do it. What can at this point? Colin Hart is just an absolute bulldozer going through everything that New Orleans has to offer.
He had plenty of yards last week, too. 166 on the ground with 2 touches to go with it. Trips left for Julian Tyree. Quick drop back, thrown, hit as he threw, caught. Right side, nice slant pattern over the middle, and that's going to be 1st and 10 at the New Orleans 19-yard line.
What a dime that he threw there, too. Warren, it just was, you couldn't have asked for a perfect ball. It was right in his hands, and Tyree taking another hit right when he throws, but he's still able to get that first down, and the pressure will not phase him.
And this rushing attack as well as opening up those passing lanes over the middle. Split backs for Tyree. Handoff right side. That is going to be a broken tackle again down to the 5-yard line. And they continue to move the ball forward. Real nice work. This time it is Wells.
They go to the rookie that time for some dynamic plays, and they still can't bring him down. No matter how much you try, you can't stop anyone running from Sioux Falls, just about. And this is just a great drive so far for Sioux Falls.
The Sparrows sitting in 6th in the team standings right now as we speak. Top 10 get into the playoffs for season 14, so they're right in the thick of it. And New Orleans currently sitting at 13th. Offset eye for Sioux Falls. And off right side, Hart is going to be able to get the edge to the pylon. He's not going to get there. Down to the 1-yard line. More time taken off as this first quarter has been all Sioux Falls.
Yeah, it seems like yet another play where Hart just can't quite get into the end zone. They stop him just short. But we'll see what happens here on 2nd and goal, because 1 yard for him is nothing.
Yeah, and that said, do they bring back in Fox at some point? The backup got the touchdown earlier. 3 in the backfield. Handoff, plenty of room. This time he gets in. This one is Colin Hart, his first touchdown of the game.
Yep, that's exactly what they needed to do. When you're in doubt, you don't know what to do, just follow your heart. He'll bring you to the end zone every time.
Potentially 21-0, already a 3-score game in South Dakota. New Orleans not the start they wanted, clearly. But, their offense has not been able to hold on to the ball for very long at all. An interception and a 3-and-out in their first 2 drives, but really good defense shown by Sioux Falls. Looks like they were prepared. Kick up and on the way. It is up and it is through from Falk. 21-0. Sioux Falls currently leads big over New Orleans.
They have the #1 rushing offense in the league with 156.5 yards per game. So New Orleans had to see this coming, and Sioux Falls is just running amok all over them.
See what New Orleans can do on their next possession. Ball up and in the air. And we are back to it. Returned from the goal line once more. Down the middle of the field to the 20 and to the 23 he goes. And that'll bring us to the end of the first frame. 21-0 Sioux Falls over New Orleans. A lot of game left. Stay with us.
I sent your new prescription to the pharmacy.
Any idea how much it will cost?
You have a choice. Insurance or GoodRx?
I have insurance.
Insurance is not what it used to be. People struggle to get their prescriptions covered, and prices keep rising. I recommend GoodRx. You get free coupons to save on your prescriptions. Compare prices to find the best discounts.
GoodRx. Smart.
Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Thank you.
Back to it. Ready to go. 21-0 Sioux Falls over the New Orleans Pharaohs. Chris Curtis, Ryan Caudill back with you. Split backs formation for Xander Gold back out on the field for his 3rd drive. And off Streeter, trying to rush it through the middle. That's not going to happen. A 1-yard gain. Sioux Falls defensive line stands up.
Yep, and yet another great stand from Sioux Falls. The New Orleans offense just hasn't quite been able to get anything going. I don't think they can really break past that first level of the linemen, the linebackers, try to get into that upper level of the defense and try to break free. They have been confined to the line of scrimmage, it seems like.
3 in the backfield. Alex Parker was that last tackler. Inside linebacker. And off Streeter again, this time through the middle. He's going to bust through 1, but not through 2. He's going to get taken down after a 5-yard gain. 3rd and a few, I should say, for the Pharaohs.
Yeah, this 3rd and 4 is going to be a big test here for New Orleans. They have to pick this up because they need to get something going. Try to establish your offense. Keep your defense off the field. They need a rest.
33-yard line is the line to gain. They get their first down of this football game, and they do. That's over the middle. Nicely done. And that'll get them at least on the board in the new set. 1st and 10.
And they go to the big Yassine Clifton, the 6'7" tight end, coming in, just making a good catch. And there was no one that really could stop him there just because of his big frame and he can catch any ball that's above him.
Well, fun fact, everybody on these teams, as far as a skill position goes, all 6 players for each one, including the tight end, each had at least 1 catch for each team in their game last week. So good stuff from both quarterbacks spreading the ball around. This will be a catch right side, 5-yard completion once more. And that is going to get them at least closer, making a manageable 2nd down.
Yeah, Badir Ajlani getting his first catch of the game, and we should be seeing him more, I think, as the game goes on because he is a pivotal part of Xander Gold's offense, and he should be seen here more often as we go.
Take a look there at Terrell Davis. Spotlight him on defense. 3 in the backfield for Xander Gold. Hand off, Streeter through the middle. Nothing much going to happen there. Don't forget to download the ScoreStream app and follow your favorite team for live scoring updates when you aren't able to catch a game live. You can follow just your team or the entire league, the first esport league, on the app. Download the ScoreStream for your Android or iOS device today. 3rd and 3. Line shifting around, Streeter again, right side, and he's moving laterally, gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 3, and don't look now, but another punt likely for New Orleans.
Yep, Jose Fuentes making a great play as New Orleans, or Sioux Falls rather, their defensive line is able to move up the line of scrimmage, move it back about a yard or two, and it really stuffs up Streeter. He doesn't really have much room to go outside and makes it a much easier tackle for your linebackers.
Punt upcoming. Up and gone to the 20-yard line, returned there, broken tackle, got some room to go, another broken tackle, and gets taken down at the 32-yard line. What a run back from Levy, and that'll bring Sioux Falls back out for another possession as we come to you from Sioux Falls. Stay with us.
Support your favorite college at Fanatics.com. The largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
We saw a phenomenal battle today. 1, 2, 3, 4.
As a talented squad.
What a win!
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Never secondary.
Yeah.
We're legendary. Can he go the distance? Yes, he can. Never secondary. We're legendary. Oh, man. I can't believe what I just saw. Never secondary. We're legendary. They don't want it. We're legendary. Oh, my goodness. We're legendary.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now.
And welcome back in to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Chris Curtis, Ryan Caudell with you, and Cameron Irvine, your commissioner and producer on the buttons, as well as our great statisticians, Tom Rahman and Rochelle Colston, making us sound smarter than we are. 1st and 10 for Sioux Falls. It'll be Wells on the first carry from scrimmage, and it goes nowhere. Let's talk about that Colin Hart, shall we? 9 touchdowns entering this game, second most in the league. He has added 1 to that, and now has a double-digit score for that. But he has been very good all year long.
Yeah, that's right. He is the heart of this offense, so to say. 135 carries, 686 rushing yards. As you can see, he is dominating everyone that he comes into contact with, and there's a reason that this team is first in the league in rushing.
Definitely contact is his key as he does it here. This will be another broken tackle. It takes 2 Pharaohs to bring him down. 1st and 10 at the 44.
Yeah, 2 Pharaohs, I think 5 total. It's just, I can't even keep count with how many tackles he's breaking. Unbelievable.
2, finally. There you go. Start making the count references from Sesame Street, no problem. 1st and 10. Take a look at A.J. Warren there, lining up not quite at the top of your screen. 2 to the left anyway, offset eye. And off, left side, another, no, he gets taken down by the shoelaces, does Hart. I thought he was going to break free, not so much, 4-yard gain.
That's Bryce Lincoln for the Pharaohs making that shoestring open field tackle. Not often do we see that solo tackle, but that first-round pick paying off for them right there.
That will work. 2nd and 6. Slow and methodical drive so far for Sioux Falls. Up again, they're working that left side. More room to run for Colin Hart. Another broken tackle, and he'll get down inside the 40-yard line to the 37.
Looks like that was Ray West making the stop all the way back past the first down marker. Just way back further than he needed to be. And it's just like, even if the New Orleans offense or defensive line can get into the backfield, trip him up a little bit, Colin Hart just has the ability to get the separation, get the speed out, and he'll get the first down every time.
1st and 10 for Sioux Falls. 7 in the box defensively. New Orleans has to try to find some kind of answer. Tyree to throw for the first time on this drive. Left side, caught towards the sideline. It is a 5-yard gain. Not much to that one other than that. It's Jalen Wells.
Wells making another catch. And as a fullback, he's done really good to try to give a bit of a dynamic feel to the running attack that they have. You have Colin Hart, but then if you have another threat in Jalen Wells, you have 2 people that can run the ball really well.
Through the middle, first down and a few more. Another one for Jalen Wells. He's got a couple of touches on a couple of plays. 1st and 10.
Yeah, Jalen Wells has great ball vision. As you can see, he knows the route that he needs to run. He knows, or the path that he needs to take, rather, the first down marker. He knows where it is, and he knows how to get there every time. And he's been getting first downs for Sioux Falls. Just a great fullback.
Split backs again for Tyree. Plenty in the box again defensively. See if they have an answer this time. Tyree to throw, backs it up, has pressure coming. He's going to finally be taken down. Real positive play for the defense for New Orleans, and that is a 2nd and 17.
Yep, the first sack of the game for the Pharaohs. Chris Leon making a big stop, just able to beat the tackle and just manhandle Tyree behind the line of scrimmage and give them probably their longest down of the game.
Good work from Leon there. 2nd and a mile. 5 wide for Tyree. Quick drop back, waiting for the route to develop. Throws on the run, and what a grab that was. 1st and 10. Past the first down marker to the 12-yard line. And don't look now, but they're in position again to possibly knock on the door.
Back in the red zone with a great play. Great throw, great catch. Tyree steps up in the pocket and makes the throw from 1 foot to get Al Dupree in traffic. Just a really good play from the Sparrows.
Dupree Sr., your target on that. 3 to the right for Tyree. Over the middle, and he has about a 7-yard gain. They can still get a first down at the 4, sorry. And that is going to be a 2nd and a couple.
Yep, spreading the ball around very well. Another player getting the ball from Tyree, as every wide receiver or tight end on the team has a catch so far.
Offset eye. Hart, left side. Can he break through? Has all drive. No exception here. He is in for another touchdown for Sioux Falls.
Yep, and that's exactly what Colin Hart does. He just bowls through everyone, and eventually there's nowhere else for him to go but the end zone, and no one could bring him down. He had his eyes set there.
27 rock for Sioux Falls. They'll try to put on the 28th point of this football game.
And with that touchdown, that actually gives Colin Hart the tie for the lead in touchdowns, tying Pseudo Nakai of Vancouver with 11.
Falk ready for the extra point. Snap is good. Hold good. Kick up and on the way. It is up. And it is through. Sioux Falls going to give New Orleans another chance here. In just a moment, they're going to get the ball back. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. St. Florida fans.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Diabetics understand all too well the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can immediately reduce your pain. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 or more times daily, injecting insulin 3 or more times daily, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now.
Back to it. Sioux Falls in command, 28-0 over New Orleans. Chris Curtis, Ryan Caudell running the midnight shift on 11 Sports and for the fans. Also twitch.tv/FTF next if you want to join in on the chat. This will be returned from the 6-yard line to the 20, 25, spin move at the 25-yard line to the 28. Not much different than that. So a couple people in the chat at twitch.tv/FTF next. Jonathan or Camp _ Jonathan or Jonathan's Jonathan SFL. I can't read. That's fine. Hog fan James. A couple of others. Jason, Krunox. Many players, coaches. There are a lot of people who are involved in this league. You can get involved as well. SimulationFL.net. Come from couch to field. And that will be through the middle for Streeter. Second and a couple. Or second and 8.
Yet another tackle from Jose Fuentes. His fourth on the day. Put Streeter on his back. Give him a second and long.
Single back here for the Pharaohs. Sanders Gold, quick drop back, throw to the outside, getting Streeter involved in the passing game, and he'll step out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Nick Fargo on the tackle. He is 4th in the league right now with solo tackles, and he adds another one to his belt.
Third and a couple. They want to do something before this half is over. They got to get themselves going. Crowd getting loud for Sioux Falls, their home team up a bunch. Trying to keep them at a 28-0 lead, and that is going to be a first down and more. Streeter's got some room to go, breaks through a tackle and steps out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Holds onto the ball all the way through and actually runs into a Sioux Falls player on the sideline as well.
Yeah, he looked like Colin Hart on that drive, breaking a tackle. John Barnhart just pushed him back, but couldn't quite bring him down. He was able to break out at the sideline and get some really good yards for New Orleans. I would assume that's one of their longest plays of the game.
Yeah, that is their longest play of this football game so far, and it comes off the back of that man right there, Reggie Streeter. Pedestrian week last week. Their opponents last week, Houston did a really good job of shutting him down for the most part. In that 23-17 win for Houston. 45 yards from scrimmage. To throw. Over the middle, crossing pattern is a catch. 2nd and 2, Deezer Powell, his first catch of the game.
Yep, and Nick Fargo again with another big tackle there. Just coming out of nowhere, perfectly timed, laying the wood on him, making it a short second down. We'll have to see if they can convert it when it gets there.
Deezer Powell, very, very good last week as well. 10 catches with a touchdown. Left side, caught by Streeter, turns upfield, has a first down and a huge truck. He's going to get through the defender, 1st and 10 at the Sparrows' 29-yard line, and that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 120 seconds left to halftime as Streeter making his presence known in Sioux Falls.
You know what's scary? Thinking about retirement. I keep putting it off, kind of like that friend you never have coffee with. Now, I have a plan for retirement. For college savings, for investing, made just for me. Now I have personal capital. And I feel good about my finances. Finally.
Get your free retirement planner or talk to an advisor. Personal Capital. Start today at personalcapital.com.
Still a lot of football left as we're at the 2-minute warning. New Orleans at the 29-yard line. As they try to knock on the door and get some points on the board, that is going to be key if they want to try to come back in this football game. Sioux Falls has been dominant at just about every stretch so far. This is the best New Orleans sustained drive of the first 2 quarters. 3 in the backfield, handoff. Streeter tries to cut it back in between the tackles, and he will get 1 yard generously. It is 2nd and 9.
Trying to navigate his way through a busy defensive line is a hard task to do, especially when it's someone like these Sparrows who have been so strong on defense and able to stop him.
Yeah, he was able to get to the outside in the one run previous to that, but not able to go inside here. In the gun by himself is going to be Xander Gold. Looks to throw. He evades 1 sack, sidearm throw, and that's going to hit the turf harmlessly. Nothing doing. Defense playing really well for Sioux Falls there, all over the place.
Yep, looks like John Barnhart was able to get a hand on it after 2 plays ago. You may recall Reggie Streeter putting his shoulder right into his chest. He's able to answer back to that one a little bit.
That's a big man's play right there to be able to recover that quick and make that kind of play. Good work from him. He had an interception last week in the win. And Gold is in the gun by himself, trips left. Got to get it to the 20-yard line. Just passed it for a first down. Plenty of time. He's going to have to leave the pocket. He's going to get taken down instead as he does not get rid of the football. And that is 4th and a mile. That'll also knock him out of field goal range potentially.
Yeah, that is a crucial sack. You cannot take a loss that big, especially here, but they're still going to try to kick it.
They are indeed. It is a long field goal from here. 56 yards. 54 yards officially, actually. See if they can knock it through. Austin Powers, first time we've seen him in this football game from a field goal perspective. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is going to be short. Not going to happen, unfortunately, for New Orleans. They'll turn the ball over on downs and give Sioux Falls back to pigskin.
Yep, and just a big sack is just killing New Orleans right now. They definitely want that play back.
Well, let's get Tyree back out on the field and give Colin Hart some more chances with the football. He's been a bulldozer so far in this football game. Offset eye. Wells is the fullback in this formation as well. It'll be Wells on first down. He's got some room to go through the middle, and he will get 8 and past the first down or past the midfield marker they go.
Yeah, and it looks like they're actually going to go for a touchdown here, and why not? When you've been running the ball as well as they have been, they definitely could take a chance here with only 30 seconds, but they could get to the end zone in less than that, and we know, we've seen it.
Some big strikes from the Sioux Falls offense this season. They can definitely have one here. Still at least time for a few plays. Sioux Falls obviously calling their first time out on that last one. Trips left. Plenty of toe. Dangerous? No, not going to happen. That's been a couple times that Tyree's been caught moving backwards. He gets taken down by Chris Leone for the 2nd time in the game.
Yeah, Chris Leone, he may be a backup linebacker, but he is no backup this game. Making 2 big plays, and Tyree just needs to get a little bit better about maybe going to the sides, not so much going backwards, because backwards puts your team way further back than you need them to.
Yeah, just reset the entire down situation, 3rd and 13. Yeah, get it to the 45 for a first. Trips right for Tyree. Low snap, brings it in, moves up in the pocket, and he throws over the middle. It's caught. What that would look like it was deflected as well. That was not his original target, but it worked out. At least it gets him farther upfield. Still 4th down.
Yeah, I have no idea. It looked like it was going to Warren maybe, and it just bounced off of the defender's hand into the other receivers. I could not follow the ball there.
That was an interesting turn of events, but inconsequential to the end result. Punt coming, and that is up and gone. New Orleans nearly got to that. This will be returnable from the 15. Juke right, spin move left, and that is going to be a return back to the 30-yard line. Very well done by the return man for the Pharaohs. And that'll bring us to the halftime whistle. So that is going to be a really dominant first half for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Ryan, your thoughts?
Yeah, this game so far has been all Sioux Falls, all Colin Hart, and they have just been able to run all over New Orleans, and New Orleans has no answer for it. As you can see here, 165 rushing yards already with the first half, and New Orleans doesn't even have less than half of that.
3 touchdowns on the ground so far for the Sparrows, 2 by Colin Hart, 1 by the backup Fox, who has the first touchdown of this football game. Leone, 2 sacks, and Brown with a sack as well, one of the backups for the, and then you have Tyree. He does not have a lot of yards through the air, which is consistent with last week, but letting the running game do the talking, and then, of course, the interception that was off the second play from scrimmage.
Yeah, New Orleans had a very crucial interception, and I think that kind of just killed them from the moment they started. They started out down, they've shot themselves in the foot, and it's just been downhill from there. And we'll have to see what they can do in the second half. They're going to have to go into that locker room, recuperate, try to find an answer for Colin Hart, try to find your rhythm back in your offense. You need to get something going. Nothing really has been working except for a couple outside runs from Streeter, but you need to get some points on the board. Need to show your fans that you're worth more than just 0 points in one half.
Yeah, that's 2 quarters of football with no points, and they had a chance at 3 at least. Austin Powers missing the 54-yarder. That was late in the first half. But more Reggie Streeter. Need to see him get the ball in more advantageous situations, but between the tackles, not working for him.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to see the offense as a whole. Everyone needs to step it up a little bit, especially Xander Gold and his receivers. They are number one receiving in the league, and that New Orleans' defense also needs to step up, get that defensive line. You need to stop Colin Hart, try to stop him at the line of scrimmage, because you can't keep shooting yourself in the foot and allowing him to run all over you.
Well, one advantage is they start with the ball for the second half in this one. 28-0 Sioux Falls has the advantage in this game. Chris Curtis and Ryan Caudell with you in the broadcast booth. Tom Rahman and Rochelle Colston, your statisticians. Cameron Irvine, producer and commissioner of the league, hitting all the buttons for us. This will be returnable from the goal line to the 15, to the 20, and down to the 24-yard line. And Arrington on the return. Arrington and Levy, your main return men for Sioux Falls and New Orleans. Both have had pretty good days. Both have had some pretty decent returns after a broken tackle or two.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty impressive moves on every return. And most people, they would say when you watch a punt or a kick return, you just fall asleep when you watch it. But not when these two teams are playing. I love to see the moves that they're making out there.
Single back formation. And has to move in the pocket, and again the defense collapses down. Both quarterbacks taking huge hits. Jose Fuentes gets there for a sack.
Jose Fuentes is having a day. It's his 5th tackle of the game so far, and he is just all over the place. What a beast stepping up for Sioux Falls.
Nothing much that Xander Gold can do there. It was a jailbreak at the line of scrimmage. 4 Sparrows bearing down on him, and it'll be 2nd and 21 for Golden Company. I formation from their own 13-yard line. They'll say the 14. Back to throw. Steps up, throws right, nearly picked off. That would have been 6. Nothing doing on that. That was close.
Yeah, that looked like the backup free safety, Aaron Brown. His hands, his gloves didn't have enough sticky on him. He couldn't hold on to it. That should have been a touchdown.
That was dangerous. Dangerous throw from Gold. It was nearly his second pick of the game. But he's in a third down situation. At least gets that. Trips right for him. Calling some signals at the line here. Sioux Falls defensively not budging. Time to throw. Right side, and another dangerous throw that nearly went the other way. And again, it's the backup Brown.
What is he doing? He needs some better gloves. Come on, you got to be making those catches. But, I mean, a long fourth down, that'll give your team some great field position.
It looked like he tried to soccer block that with his chest.
Looked like a goal.
All right, punt coming for New Orleans. Gives Sioux Falls back the football, and in the shadow of his own end zone, in his own end zone, is the punter. High snap handled well, and this ball is gone. Returnable from the 47-yard line, and a huge hit as Levy goes down in a heap, but he is good. Talking about the New Orleans defense, bright spots for them: Tank Bennett, Levant Irvine, 1-2 in solo tackles this season.
Yep, and fourth on that list is Nick Fargo for Sioux Falls. Just on this team, got a bunch of big tacklers making big plays, and even for New Orleans, we see those solo tackles, and we want to see them happen here coming up against Colin Hart.
118 solo tackles combined between the top two on that list. It'll be a run for Hart right side, and he'll get nearly another first down. 139 on the ground already for Hart, and plenty of football left.
Yeah, that's just unfair. He had, 166 last week, and he's nearly at that. We're not even through with the third quarter, and it's just not fair for New Orleans.
Yeah, it's a bed they've made. They'll have to work with it for the time being. They got to find an answer. Still a lot of football left. 8 in the box defensively. They're stacking 8, and Colin Hart will get taken down behind the line of scrimmage. One of the few times that's happened today. 3rd and 2.
Yep, that is the linebacker Lozano making a good tackle and forcing a third down, which Sioux Falls also hasn't seen much of, and they're 0 for 2 on their third downs today.
Nelson Lozano Jr., the mid-season signing by New Orleans. Couch to field. That'll be a handoff left side, caught, or well, not caught, but either way through the middle he goes. 1st and 10 to the 27.
Moving the chains for the first time on third down, getting their first conversion. That was a really good run from him, just powering through and actually taking a really big hit there at the end as well.
Wells, 43 yards, just 8 attempts, but they haven't really needed much other than that. 3 in the backfield for Tyree. And off. Hart again, going to try to bust through the middle. He breaks 1 tackle, but not 4, as he will get taken down after a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, I was about to say they needed 3 guys on him to take him down. And I think him and Wells in this offense combined have made a very dynamic rushing attack for the Sparrows. And it's not necessarily about the volume that Wells is getting. It's just that he's there and he's a threat at all times.
Firstly on the bottom of the line there. He's going to try to get through. And actually he's going to get taken down. Talking about Tyree, it will not be Leon, but it will be another member of the defensive line able to get to him.
Looked like, I thought, Zig Washington, yes, getting the sack there. First of the game and just able to break through as a bunch of guys took him down.
A lot of sacks given up by both quarterbacks in this game. It's not something that they want to take into next week for sure, and probably something they talked about at halftime, but nothing doing.
Yeah, definitely something they will need to clean up.
5 wide for Tyree. In field goal range of the Sparrows. Plenty of time. Thrown short. Crossing pattern is a good one, but not enough for the first down. That'll get him to a field goal attempt.
Now, the first time we're seeing Falk as a kicker, for the field goal, I should say, coming up here. See if he can kick it through.
From the 23, should be a 40-yarder from the spot. Left hash for the left-footed kicker. Snap low, got to handle it. He does kick up and on the way. It is up, and it is through from 39 officially. So get them on the board, 31-0 currently for Sioux Falls.
Yep, Maxwell Falk putting him on the board and just making it an even further game. About 5 scores here ahead, and New Orleans is going to have to score on this round.
They'll find a way to do so maybe after this. We'll stay with us here in Sioux Falls.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people on Medicare struggle to pay the high out-of-pocket cost associated with their Medicare benefits.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Paltengi. I encourage patients to research Medicare supplement plans that pay their co-pays, deductibles, and coinsurance for things like outpatient care, care in a skilled nursing facility, and time spent in the hospital.
To find out if you're eligible for these benefits, call the Medicare Insurance Plan Helpline today.
Call 1-800-696-0059.
And back to it, 31-0, and Falk has the ball on the tee. Get it gone. Arrington waiting deep for the Pharaohs to play in the third quarter. Just under halfway gone in this third quarter. Arrington has it in the breadbasket. He'll bring it out to the 20 to the 25, and no further than that. Actually, the 26 is where they will mark him. So let's bring out Xander Gold, number 1 passing offense in the league going into Week 7. But has not really shown that in this game, and big credit to the Sioux Falls defense.
Yeah, Sioux Falls, they had a plan. They prepared for Xander Gold and his cannon, but and he has not been able to get much going. Only 38 yards on 6 completions, 11 attempts today.
Streeter in the backfield as the deep back. Gold to throw over the middle towards the right hash at the 41-yard line. That is a completion and a first down. Not many of those to go around as Ermac Jackson has a catch.
Yeah, and a good catch at that, taking a hit at the end as well. So good play all around, able to hold on to the ball too, and maybe shed some light into this New Orleans offense and try to get the passing game going.
And a decent drive before the half was done. Ended in a field goal that was short. Trips right for Gold. Time in the pocket, thrown over the middle, and that should have been brought in, but not going to happen as Lynch, the backup, drops it.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a little bit behind him, but still was very catchable. He should have been able to make that play, and just gives a little hiccup for New Orleans that could be devastating.
It hits you in the hands, young blood. Got to bring that one in.
Right.
That's how that one goes, and that was very, very targeted ball. From Gold, I formation for him. 2nd and 10, deep left side, taking a shot, tipped and nearly intercepted. That was close. Deezer Powell, your intended target. It was John Barnhart over there.
Barnhart is all over the place, getting touches everywhere, and just a deflection that should have been brought in for another interception.
It has one already, had one on the first throw from Xander Gold earlier. Not able to bring this one in. He had one last week as well in the win. And the gun by himself is Gold. 5 wide on 3rd and 10. Time to throw to the outside. Going to try to turn it upfield. He does, and that is a first down. Great catch. Deezer Powell gets himself involved, 1st and 10.
Good move, his 2nd catch of the game, and just able to get upfield, move the chains, and that's exactly the kind of play that you need from your players. Just give them they need the ability to step up, get these first downs on their own. You know, it is a team effort if we want to win this football game.
Their 10th first down of the game, only their 2nd third down conversion. Talking about New Orleans offense, but got to start somewhere. 1st and 10. On the 47-yard line. To the outside he goes. One-handed grab and spin. Streeter's going to bust through one, and he'll be short of the first down marker by a little bit, but real nice work. 2nd and 1.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much about the yardage. I think it's about the message that you're trying to send when you put your shoulder into the defender like that. And he definitely sent a message that he is not to be feared here. And they are not rolling over.
I love that he anticipated the collision as well. He actually went shoulders down probably 3 yards before he even made first contact. That's huge. Streeter in the backfield on the deep back. Xander Gold under center. Handoff, Streeter through the middle, has a first down and a few more, breaks through another tackle, and he'll get taken down at the 28-yard line. as they work themselves into field goal range.
Yeah, he broke one tackle and then ran into about 5 black jerseys and still stayed up. I thought he might have had the chance to go all the way. And he is not going down very easily. Looks like the second half has breathed some light into him.
Dags 83, Minson Mind, as well as John Boy 26, enjoying the game. Twitch.tv/FTF next if you want to interact with those gentlemen and anybody else within the SFL community. More than welcome to do so. A lot of really good interactions in chat today so far. In the gun. Thrown over the middle and nearly intercepted again. And it's Deezer Powell was the intended target. But again, the linebacking core of the Sparrows comes to light.
Yep, Fuentes almost had a chance to get his name on an interception this game. He's gotten the sack. He's got the tackles. He has the deflection. Just needed the interception to get that triple crown there. But was not quite able to haul it in.
Matchup to watch on this play, 2nd and 10. John Barnhart and Deezer Powell, top of your screen. Looking to throw. Deep right side instead. Should have been able to bring that one in. Yasim Clifton's going to be kicking himself, and Xander Gold's going to kick him too. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, that could have been a touchdown there. He's got to catch it too. It's in his hands, as we were saying earlier. If it hits you in the hands, you got to catch it. And he was in the end zone there.
3rd and 10. Trips right for Gold. High snap, brings it down, drops back, throws, short. Got to try to get the line to gain, and he does. What a play to get the 1st down and then some. It's Jackson.
And Jackson making a really good catch that thought he didn't make, and then making a move, able to get a bunch of yards after the catch. And breaking tackles, just an absolute monster out there.
Able to split the seam. He had Terrell Davis and Jay Ringgold in the area that just could not bring him in and get him before the line to gain. So good work, and that'll get him to a 1st and 10 at the 12. In the gun by himself is Xander Gold, trips left. They can get to the 2-yard line for one more 1st down. Gold throws left edge, and he'll step out of bounds at the 7-yard line, 2nd and 4.
It looks like he had a little bit too much momentum carrying him into the sideline. I think if he gets upfield, if he's a step further back, he might be able to turn it upfield and get close to the 1st down marker. He's just carried out of bounds.
4 and 20 left in the 3rd quarter of play. Game's moving kind of quick, even with all the scores. Even though they're on one side, to the outside, got to try to get to the pylon. Broken tackle, and he does. It is Reggie Streeter getting New Orleans' 1st touchdown of the game.
That was just an absolutely nasty truck from Streeter, putting him on his back. That was John Barnhart. Unfortunately, couldn't come down with the tackle. Just a really powerful run from Streeter, finally getting this New Orleans offense on the board.
And quick hit karma as well. John Boy 26, a.k.a. John Barnhart, talking about some of the successes he's had against Deezer Powell earlier in the drive, and it comes back to bite him here in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, so the SFL has a little bit of a beauty in it, in that where it'll come back to bite you, whatever you say.
Kick going to be on the way here shortly. Snap good, hold good. Kick up and on the way. It is up. And it is through. Extra point is done. They have their 1st points on the board. Sioux Falls going to get the ball back in just a moment. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans.
Jim and Joanne are here to pick up the same prescription. They both know the system is not on their side. They both know drug costs are out of control. But one of them is taking back control with GoodRx. Next. So while he's paying that much, even with his insurance, she's paying this much just by using GoodRx. Use GoodRx to compare prices at pharmacies in your area and stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today and take back control.
Back to it again. Sioux Falls about to get the ball back. 31-7 Sparrows in front after New Orleans gets their 1st points. And got to start somewhere, I guess. Only 28 points down at this point. Or 27, sorry. And we'll see if they can do it. Kick up and on the way from Austin Powers. And this will be returned by A.J. Levy from the 6 to the 20. It's been moved at the 25-yard line to the 27. He will go. and he'll get taken down, and that's where they'll start this drive. So Julian Tyree, no turnovers to this point. He's held onto the ball fairly well, but he's had a pretty easy evening.
Yeah, he has not really been forced to do too much. It's a Colin Hart show for sure. 17 attempts, 143 yards, and 2 scores. He's all over the place, and he's going to do even more here.
Yeah, we're going to get probably a steady diet of him trying to kill some of this clock. Colin Hart gets the handoff right side, plenty of room to go. He's going to get taken down, rough tackle after a 5-yard gain. But yeah, 147 on the ground. He's been a monster.
Yeah, I thought he had an inside move, but Tank Bennett, being the tank that he is, not letting anyone through, getting his 9th tackle of the game.
Talked about solo tackles earlier, and he is on that list in the top, one of the top 2 spots. In the backfield for Julian Tyree. In the box defensively. Hart gets the football and immediately gets taken down. A nice solo tackle again from the defensive line to stop that play in its tracks.
Ray West getting into the backfield, making a good tackle for the loss, which is rare from especially Colin Hart, of all people. Stopped in the backfield? Are you kidding me?
Tyree with 5 wide on a 3rd down. Not a lot of time taken off this, not a lot of time on this drive so far. Tyree short, gonna try to turn up field, not gonna happen. Only a 4-yard gain, and it's 4th and 5, and a defensive stop for New Orleans as they try to make this interesting.
That looks like this is only the second 3 and out from Sioux Falls. Their offense is usually much more potent, but they were able to stop, and New Orleans actually made a stop here.
The stop they desperately needed. Still have an entire quarter and then some of football to go. That punt's going to be end over end. Get it to about the 25-yard line for Arrington. Got some room to make the return happen and more good return yards for the return men in this game for both teams as Arrington gets out to the 35.
That's right. Even a good return, that'll set you forward about 8 or 10 yards. That gives you, that's an extra first down that you don't have to get. You're helping your offense tremendously, even more than you might think.
Speaking of first downs, 13 first downs for New Orleans in this football game, 4 of them on that last drive that culminated in the touchdown. They'll go to work again here, 1st and 10. Gold to the outside left, going towards the sideline, and that is Reggie Streeter with another nice gain, an 8-yard scamper, and that'll get them close to the first down again.
I should point out again, John Barnhart putting a really big tackle on Streeter. They've been just going back and forth this game. Streeter might lay out Barnhart, but Barnhart might get a deflection, an interception, a tackle, whatever whatever he feels.
And John Boy 26, 9 carries for Streeter, 4 hit sticks on me, he says in twitch.tv/FTF next. That's going to be to the outside, 3rd and 2 as that one's caught out of bounds by Powell.
Yeah, you got to keep your feet in bounds. It's one of the 3rd times I think that we've seen him just been led a little bit too far and not able to turn it back upfield. Just unfortunate there, and then we're brought to a 3rd down situation that you have to convert here.
They need it. 3rd and 2. This becomes a huge 3rd down, and the Sioux Falls defense, or Sioux Falls crowd, getting loud, willing their defense to a really good effort here. Split backs for Xander Gold. Handoff, Streeter through the middle. He is going to get there. What a run by Streeter. That'll get them the first down as they inch towards midfield.
That was clutch right there. They needed that first down. It is very key. You can't let Sioux Falls offense stay on the ball too much longer. And every opportunity that you get, if you want to get back into this game, you have to score every time.
Yards are a struggle against the Sioux Falls defense. No doubt about that. Streeter fighting for every one he gets. He'll get another carry here. Breaks through 1, gets through to the 2nd level, and gets taken down, 2nd and 5.
Fargo making yet another tackle. And Streeter, even though he was hit in the backfield, it barely slowed him down. He still was able to get 5 after making a really good move and breaking a tackle.
Manageable 2nd down. I formation coming. Howell at the top of your screen. Look his direction. He's a one-on-one out there. And up in the pocket, and Gold's going to get taken down. Holding on to the ball too long has been an epidemic among both quarterbacks.
Zeke Zimmerman just holding on to him. I thought that Tyree might have been able to break out of it once the lineman fell down, but nothing doing, and another big sack for New Orleans.
Crowd getting loud again. Another big third down. This one a little bit longer, 3rd and 10. Got to get it to the 46 to get a first. Plenty of time. Moves up. He's going to go for a run. He's going to get taken down behind the line. And another sack, 4th and 12. And New Orleans, at an inopportune time, must punt.
And you see the frustration from Xander Gold slamming his fist on the field there. You know he wanted that back. He could have turned upfield. I thought he had a lane to run. Could have gotten that first down with his wheels. But he didn't want to risk it.
So punt upcoming, and that is going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 31-7, Sioux Falls are going to have the lead and the ball after this. Stay with us.
Personal Capital wants to know, are you worried about today's volatile market? Will you have enough to retire? Do you have a plan for these uncertain times? Take control of your finances. Get an up-close and personal view of your money with Personal Capital. We're ranked as a top 3 wealth manager by RAA Channel. Schedule a call with an advisor now and talk to us about your investments. You can weather the storm. It starts with Personal Capital.
And back to it. Sioux Falls about to, well, actually, now that I say that, the everybody getting set for this punt, 4th and 12. And this is going to be punter lined up at about the 30-yard line. Takes it from his own 32. And over into A.J. Levy, who catches it at the 16. He's going to get immediately stuffed. And taking a look at this drive, another example of it. Yards allowed per game. They sit 3rd this season.
Yep, Sioux Falls is not making it easy on any offense that plays them, and they've just continually gotten better, even this season, on defense, not allowing the ball to get very far, and that's limiting them, limiting other teams from scoring, of course, and giving the Sparrows more time on offense, let their team shine, run down the clock, and win the game.
Direct correlation between that stat and their success in the SFL, going towards deeper playoff runs as well. Hand off right side, and that is going to be a run to the 17. Not much on that one, exactly nothing. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, surprisingly, he was brought down there. I think we will start to see him even more here in the 4th quarter if we thought it wasn't possible. As Sioux Falls, they want to just run out this clock, keep their offense on the field, and just wear down New Orleans here and try to run out the clock and win the game.
Tyree, of course, goes then empty backfield, throw left side. That's caught. A 4-yard completion to the 21, and it is 3rd and 6.
Great little out route, good catch, able to stay in bounds, and creating a little bit of a shorter third down and manageable. So that way you can flex a little bit more of your running game rather than having to definitely throw it on a 3rd and long.
Gunnar Lewis, your man on the catch towards the sideline on that play. 3rd and 6. And Tyree is in the gun by himself. Trips right. They continue to try to throw this. Throw, pump fake, thrown over the middle. That's, no, it's incomplete. Looked like it was going to be caught. Not so much. It'll hit the ground harmlessly. And it's 4th down.
Didn't see quite who it was, but looks like someone got a hand on it. Might have been Levon Irvine. Just getting a little tip and knocking it out of his hands.
Yep, that was indeed Levon Irvine. Nice work from him. And that'll make it so New Orleans going to get the ball back here after a pretty, well, pedestrian defensive stand for them as they made it happen. And they're going to get another chance to get this closer.
Yeah, somehow limiting what was a Sparrows offense that was super powerful in the first half has kind of died out a little bit as their lead has been allowed them a little bit of a cushion to relax a little.
Punt towards midfield, caught the 46-yard line. Arrington breaks through one tackle, but the Sparrows converge quickly and bring him down at the 46 inside Sparrow territory. 31-7. New Orleans trying to make this a 17-point game potentially. Need a little bit of luck and a lot more skill to get themselves back into the hole they created for themselves in that first half. Under center is Xander Gold. Throw to the outside. He goes to Streeter. Streeter cuts it back into the middle. He's going to get taken down after a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6.
Streeter has really good vision, able to see that there wasn't anything on the outside. He was too close cut back inside, still get some positive yardage on the play. It's just a really good presence and able to get New Orleans upfield. I think they actually had the best start that they've had all game on this drive.
Gold in the gun by himself, trips right on a 2nd and 6. Low snap, brings it in. 3-step drop, deep shot, left side, caught. And that'll get him to about the 19-yard line, 1st and 10.
Have a really great play. Clifton redeeming himself from earlier, making that high point catch over some defenders' heads and getting him into the red zone for what seemed to be the first time this game.
A.J. Levy in the area couldn't quite get to his man on that play. Clifton beats him over the top. Xander Gold in business. New Orleans in the red zone for only the 2nd time tonight. See if they can make something happen with it. Trips right. Looks to throw. Gold going for the end zone. It is going to be caught. Touchdown, Deezer Powell in the back of the end zone. Get them back into it.
Yep, and that passing offense from the Pharaohs is coming alive here in the 4th quarter. Able to get a really good score there, just beating his defenders. It's a great play.
And this has been a much better 4th quarter, from 3rd and 4th quarter anyway, from the New Orleans offenses. Are able to get some points on the board. Austin Powers getting set for the extra point here. 31-13. Good snap, good hold, kick up and on the way, and make it 31-14. 17-point deficit. Sioux Falls getting the ball back when we return to South Dakota.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Diabetics understand all too well the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can immediately reduce your pain. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 or more times daily, injecting insulin 3 or more times daily, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now.
We saw a phenomenal battle today. 1, 2, 3, 4.
As a talented squad. What a win!
Okay, Dax. Prostate cancer exam time.
Not happening.
Dax.
Listen, I'd rather do anything than get a prostate exam.
I'd rather sit in the middle seat on a long haul. I'd rather sort my nephew's Legos by color. I'd rather do hot yoga next to a sanitation worker. I'd rather fold a fitted sheet.
Dax, a prostate cancer screening starts with a simple blood test, which we are already doing today.
Smart.
Seriously, it's that easy. Go to pcf.org to learn more.
We saw a phenomenal battle today. 1, 2, 3, 4.
As a talented squad. What a win!
Welcome back to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They're about to get the ball back. It is New Orleans and Sioux Falls in the Simulation Football League Week 7. Chris Curtis, Ryan Caudell with you in the booth running the midnight shift. Hopefully you are enjoying your Sunday evening. Thank you for letting us be a part of it in your home. This will be returned by A.J. Levy about 2 yards deep in the end zone, out to the 15 to the 20. And he'll get taken down at the 22-yard line by the left hash. Bring back out Julian Tyree. It's been a decent day for him, but kind of a ho-hum so far. Only 15 attempts so far in this football game, just over the century mark in passing yards, Ryan.
Yeah, he may not have the best game on paper, statistically. No, this is the Colin Hart Show, wholeheartedly. he needs to let the spot line go a little bit to the side.
We hand off right side, room to go again. He's got some speed to burn. Empty field in front of him. Colin Hart gets all the way down to the 46-yard line. He continues trekking forward.
I had thought for a little bit, maybe in the second half, that Hart may have not had anything left in him, maybe used up the whole tank in the first half, but that just proves me wrong right there. Breaking tackles. 2, that was 3, 4 maybe there at the end. Just an absolute squeeze. There's no stopping Colin Hart.
0 intensity loss from Colin Hart. And any time he touches the ball, no doubt about that. Single back formation. Offensive line and linebackers shift to the right. Tyree to throw over the middle, caught in a tight window as well. That's a first, no, not quite a first down, 2nd and 1 for the Sparrows.
Yep, it is a close one, but I think they'll be able to convert it here. Even though they're 1 for 6 on 3rd down, it's only 2nd down. You got Colin Hart to go.
Yeah, to be honest, they haven't seen many 3rd downs. 1st and 2nd down is when they've done a majority of their damage. Split backs here. And off. Does he get there? Forward progress does not get him there. And Wells brought down after a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it looks like Jalen Wells just not having quite that leg strength to bowl through him. I mean, I don't blame him. Not everyone here is the guy above him on the depth chart, Colin Hart. But Jalen Wells adding that dynamic back into the running game, give him something different.
Credit Ray West with the tackle there. 2 in the backfield for Tyree. He will QB sneak it up the middle, and he's going to get taken down before he gets the line to gain. It's 4th and inches at the 45-yard line.
Now that was a play I did not expect in a million years. They've been running the ball so much, I didn't think that the quarterback could actually run it too.
Yeah, it's he was getting a little bit antsy. He's been in the pocket just handing it off all game long. Oh, that's a free play as well. Through the middle goes Wells. It'll be a first down regardless, and they'll probably decline it.
Yeah, that is it. Even though it didn't really mean much, the penalty was huge. He definitely needed that 4th down stop there, especially try to limit the Sioux Falls offense, but you give them 3-4 more plays, and they can run down the clock as much as they want.
Yep, so that will put the Sparrows a little bit further ahead. 31-14, your score line. We play in the 4th quarter. We'll talk about it here in a bit, but the schedule for both these teams next week is no one is envying their matchups next week. 3 in the backfield for Tyree. Handoff, right side, more room to go for the running backs for the Sparrows. And Colin Hart gets up to 171 on the ground.
Yeah, next week for Sioux Falls playing against Baltimore. It's a very, very tough matchup. They have to travel to Baltimore for it. Should be very interesting to see those 2 great running backs come up against each other.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. It'll be a nice matchup. New Orleans, the matchup doesn't get easier for them either. That one hit behind the line, and Hart, for the first time in a while, is going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Zig Washington making another great play.
Yeah, New Orleans, after this game, has Charleston sitting at 6-1. They have been beastly this season.
Feel bad for both these teams.
Yeah. Week 8 matchups are nothing to be envied. Looks to throw deep right side for Tyree. Looking for A.J. Warren. Not going to go. 4th and 10. Rowland Hood in the area. And they are just outside of field goal range.
I think Hood actually got a hand, made a really good deflection there. Able to limit them and get the ball back to the New Orleans offense.
That'll work. Still some time left in this. They can make it a 10-point game if they get some points on this drive, on this next drive coming up. But so a lot of ground to make up if you're New Orleans. So we're not quite 2 minutes gone in this 4th quarter. Still time for a couple of quick strikes.
Yeah, they are in a not in an envious position, I would say. Yeah. New Orleans is going to have to rely on that potent passing attack that they have. That's been able to win them games before. You're going to have to rely on that, try to get them back into this ball game.
Punt, going to try to pin them deep to the 14-yard line. It'll go, and it'll be returned laterally nowhere. So that'll bring New Orleans back out on the field. They'll get another shot at it, 31-14, Sioux Falls.
There's no set path, no way you have to be. So why not do what you've been dreaming of? You've got the power, we've got the tools. Make a website with GoDaddy and put what you want out there.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now.
And New Orleans getting the ball back here is 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line after the punt. Take a look at John Barnhart there. He's going to line up at the bottom of your screen against Deezer Powell. That's been one of the matchups to watch. And so far, I'd say, given the scoreline, that Barnhart's winning that battle all told, although he's got a couple of really nice shots to pay for it. Deep left side. Powell tries to dive out for it, and that is not going to go as Gold tries to take a shot. And you take a look at the man right there. His interceptions total, he definitely wants that to come down. But everything else seems to be in the upper echelon of the league.
Yeah, that's right. Passing yards leading the league. The passing offense for New Orleans is the #1 in the league, and he has been able to do some damage on some teams' secondaries. They haven't had much of an answer, but Sioux Falls is not like those other teams.
No, that's very true. That's going to be a crossing pattern over the middle. Ermac Jackson makes the catch, and it'll be 1st and 10 for New Orleans. They start to run a no huddle. See if they can catch Sioux Falls napping here a little bit. Gold over the top, right side, tipped and incomplete. And they'll go back to the huddle. No huddle's a good idea there. At least locks the defense in one formation, but they got to be able to complete a string of passes.
Yeah, that's right. It's a good idea here, especially with your limited time span. You have to run at no huddle. I don't think there's any other decision that you can make there. And it keeps the defense on their toes and allows them to make more mistakes than you think.
In the gun. Xander Gold has the snap, trips right. He's going to move up in the pocket, get taken down as he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a sack, and they'll continue this no-huddle pressure.
Looks like Zig Washington getting another sack today.
Snap taken. Quick drop back, thrown towards the sideline. He is out of bounds. That's not going to work. Powell can't get the foot in. 4th and 11.
I might want to go check on Xander Gold. You see the hit that he took after that. 2 defensive linemen. Looks like they sandwiched him there. He's definitely hurting after that one. They're going to have to make a big play here on 4th and long.
4th and very long. 4:24 left. 4 down territory here. I expect them to at least try to get the first down. No reason to punt at this point if you're New Orleans. Takes a snap. Looks to throw. Sioux Falls are going to turn it over, and they do! That's going to be picked off and taken back to the 15, the 10, and all the way down to the 7-yard line. And that should sniff out any sort of rally that the Pharaohs had. What a grab by A.J. Levy.
A.J. Levy making a huge play here. This probably puts the game away, just jumping the route. He sees it all the way, knows exactly that Gold's going to Aslani, and Aslani not getting another catch on the day.
Wow. And now the Sparrows are set up 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. 2 interceptions today for Gold to add to his totals. Gives him 20 on the season. Sparrows in a spot here. They can take their time, but who needs it? Jalen Wells to the end zone, and he is going to get in for 6. And the route is on for Sioux Falls.
Yep, every single running back for Sioux Falls has gotten a score today. Colin Hart, Jalen Wells, and Fox, the backup. They all have touchdowns today, and Sioux Falls is having a day.
Yeah, and that credit the offensive line for opening up the holes. All of those running backs and fullbacks in this football game and making the day pretty easy for Tyree as well. Tyree's made some mistakes as far as holding on to the ball too long. But other than that, it's been a pretty almost perfect offense for the Sioux Falls Sparrows.
Yeah, he may have had a couple of sacks. He may take too long, maybe not scrambling right, but his QBR is 109 today. Only, he's 70% completion rating, only 117 yards and a touchdown, but the key there is no picks. He's not making any mistakes, and he's doing exactly what Sioux Falls need in a quarterback. Just someone who's good, consistent, and kind of just make the play more dynamic and give yourself some more room to work with in the offense.
24-point lead for Sioux Falls as Falk puts up the extra point. That is up and through. 4-11 left in the fourth quarter in South Dakota. Returned by Arrington from the 3. 20 spin move at the 25, and he'll get taken down at the 26. So Xander Gold back out on the field looking for a little bit of redemption and to try to make this loss what likely is going to be a loss. Well, he's trying to knock the aftertaste out of his mouth here. So let's talk about this game real quick as we get into this next drive from New Orleans. What is it you're watching? And this is the Simulation Football League, the first controllerless esport. As these two teams' playbooks were submitted earlier this week before the game got played. Xander Gold over the top, over the middle. That's Deezer Powell with a long completion, and they'll try to run some no huddle. But you can get involved. Players in a lot of positions are representing real human beings in the chat and watching at home. And you can be a part of that. Go from couch to field in simulationfl.net. Has all of the details in the About section, including a Discord link, so you can join the community. That ball caught again by Lynch, the backup, 2nd and 8.
Man, I think that play before Deezer Powell might have been one of the longest of the game for New Orleans. It was a really great play, just beat his man laying out for the ball, and then another quick completion there, get some quick yardage, and New Orleans is trying to score quickly.
Have to try something. Calling a play at the line. Over the top, diving attempt. Not going to happen. That was close. But Xander Gold, he's got his arms up there. He's just wondering what does he have to do and where does he have to put the ball to get a completion in this game.
I was about to say, he looks frustrated. He's had 19 completions today on 34 attempts. It's very frustrating as a quarterback whenever you are getting the ball out there, what looks to be good balls, but defense just is making plays and your receivers aren't coming down with the ball.
And Reggie Streeter's had an okay day in a couple of runs, but for the most part has been neutralized out of the backfield. 5 wide for Gold to the outside. That pass is caught. Turned upfield spin move and a first down for the Pharaohs. 1st and 10 from the 30. Gold in the gun. As a snap, quick drop, thrown short over the middle, just sliding catch, and a first down now to the 19, well within field goal range, but that doesn't matter as they're trying to get quick points.
Jackson made a sliding catch. I've never seen that before.
Right side, tipped and incomplete. Nothing doing. 2nd and 10 as they are not able to get it past that point.
Yeah, Ajlani got a hand on it, but he has just not been able to come down with the ball. 2 receptions today on 9 targets for a 22% completion rating. Just not great across the board from the receivers of New Orleans today.
Under center is Gold. As a snap. Throws just over the head of the cornerback. That's going to be, or linebacker, I should say. It's a catch and tackle at the 5-yard line, and they're starting to move and knock on the door to try to get some stat padding done. To the outside, Streeter trying for the pylon. He's going to get hit hard at the 2. Nothing much there. So was that John Boy again?
Yeah, that's our boy, John Boy, making a big hit on Streeter. They just go back and forth today. This has been very entertaining to watch.
At the 2-yard line, that's been the matchup within the matchup. John Boy against everybody on the left side of the line of scrimmage. The outside, it's Streeter. Can he bust through? No, he cannot. And again, another hit laid on him. 3rd and goal.
What a stand.
Over the middle. That one, though, is caught. And Deezer Powell has a touchdown for New Orleans as they get another couple points.
Actually, I think that one was Yasin Clifton getting the catch and redeeming himself earlier after he had that drop, what should have been a touchdown catch. He's been able to make up for it kindly here with a touchdown. He had actually a couple of key catches on this drive.
Over the middle. Does good work. Yasin Clifton doesn't necessarily need to go over the top to make that happen as Gold finds a seam and gets them points. They get a 38-20 game and possibly 21 when Austin Powers is done with it.
I think Clifton, they've been able to go up with it. He's 6'7", so they can throw it over any defender. And then you also saw him get that sliding catches, so I guess he can go up low, he can go up high, he can be in the middle, he can be wherever he wants.
Yeah, that's something through and as well as Austin Powers makes it a 27 points or 17-point advantage. I can't math, that's fine. As this ball will be placed on the tee, and Sioux Falls will get it back with just under 2:40 left in this football game. They're going to try for the onside, actually, which I guess makes sense. Got to go 10 yards, and it's pretty easily picked up. So 1st and 10, Sioux Falls going to get the football at the New Orleans 39 to give up field position.
Yeah, that is a concession that you have to make there for New Orleans. You have to try for the onside kick. You can't just do nothing. But I think here we're going to see Sioux Falls try to run out the ball, run out the clock here, and take home a W.
Still 3 timeouts for New Orleans, so they very well could see the football. They can get a stop. And off through the middle. Another 4-yard run for the running back tandem of Sioux Falls. Wells has it on this play.
I really like what they've been doing with Wells. Though you have this dominant back in Hart, you don't need to give him the ball every time, and they know that. They're giving it to Wells, and he's still averaging 5 yards a carry because their defense is either A, so worn down from Colin Hart, or they don't even expect Jalen Wells, and he's been very good for this running game.
Well, start thinking about your player of the game, Ryan. I'm going to come to you for that. As we get down to this, I think I have my pick, but 2-minute warning is up and upon us. 120 seconds left in this game. It is 38-21 Sioux Falls, and we're back.
Each year, Americans waste $21 billion by overpaying on car insurance. That's why I went to thezebra.com. Because while every company claims to save you money on car insurance, the Zebra shows you who actually can.
Compare car insurance for free at thezebra.com today.
Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Back to it. Sioux Falls with the football in the lead. Trying to get this game in the history books with a win for them. They'll try to move themselves to 5-2. Should give them a nice standing in the playoff race. That'll be a handoff for Colin Hart, who's still in the football game, believe it or not. He's going to get them all the way down to the 16-yard line. That man is in fuego and has been all game long.
That's exactly right. That's how I describe him too. 188 yards and 2 touchdowns on only 24 attempts today. That's ridiculous. Almost 8 yards per carry. It's ridiculous. I don't have another word for it because he's just been running all over New Orleans and just an absolute force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, he's been a lot of fun to watch, no doubt about that one. A lot of speed to burn from that man, no doubt. And backup quarterback is in the game for Sioux Falls as well. And he'll sneak it up the middle, has some yardage. They can't stop anybody running the football right now. That's going to be 2nd and 3.
A quarterback sneak was not the play I expected there. And even more, I did not expect him to get 7 yards on it. That was pretty fun.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
To say the least. Willie Beeman, your backup quarterback for Sioux Falls, is in the offset I formation. Handoff, right side, trying to get to the end zone, but they'll get a first down instead. New Orleans will call their last timeout as they will probably go victory formation from here on in.
Yep, and that's all they need to do at this point. I think you have enough time to kneel it down. Not get one more run. Maybe just get some more points on the board if you're Sioux Falls. Pad those stats a
might
little
as
more.
well, right? Might as well. Yep, they will go victory formation. So 1st and goal, and that is going to work on sealing things here with no other way to stop the clock. And before we get to post-game, let's talk about these two teams' next week matchups. And the matchup to watch, I think, towards week 8 is going to be the Sioux Falls-Baltimore matchup. You call them very, very good teams in the playoff race. 5-2 Sioux Falls, and I think Baltimore with 2 losses as well.
Both of these teams with good offenses and really good defenses. Good run offense, good defense, I should say. Baltimore is second in the league in points allowed, so it's going to be interesting to see how Sioux Falls is able to answer that and try to get some points on the board.
And you take a look at the running back matchup in that game. It's T. Roy Gaines and Colin Hart. And both those gentlemen have had monster games, not only this season, but in their careers in the Simulation Football League.
2 superstars. And, and both of these teams are going to have similar records going into it next week. Sioux Falls is going to move to 5-2. Baltimore plays tomorrow night, and they're at 4-2. So we should see they should be around the same spot this time next week.
And you gotta watch Baltimore as well. They don't want to be looking ahead to the matchup next week against Sioux Falls, as that'll be the last play of this football game, I believe. 4th and goal.
Looks like that'll close it out.
Yeah, indeed. So it'll be a look ahead. Well, it'll be a stumble game tomorrow for Baltimore as they look ahead to next week's matchup, but it does not get any easier for either of those teams. And then Charleston on the schedule for New Orleans, as that one will be, hopefully New Orleans able to figure some things out. They've got some questions to go through, but that finishes it in Sioux Falls. 38-21, the Sparrows come out with a win. And Ryan, your post-game thoughts on this tilt?
Yeah, this was an absolutely dominant performance from the Sioux Falls Sparrows. They were able to just run all over New Orleans' defense. They had no answer for it. They had more rushing yards than the #1 passing offense in the league did passing yards. It's just insane. Sioux Falls had an amazing game.
They did indeed, but credit to the Sioux Falls defense as well, because they were very well prepared for everything that New Orleans was going to likely throw at them, and they were able to stop it in its tracks. So might have been not necessarily an execution problem on New Orleans, but might have just been a really good game plan by the Sparrows coaching staff.
I think you're also right there. The Sioux Falls defense was able to show up and show out. It's laid a few on his own and got an interception on the day. Great game from him, but I don't think there's anyone better than Colin Hart on the day.
I mean, certainly not right now. He's one of the top echelon running backs in this league, and there's Falls, good stuff from New Orleans as well. Both these teams have tough matchups next week. We'll see how it shapes out as the Simulation Football League season gets into the 75% done range. So that being said, that likely is going to finish it here. Do you have your player of the game selection? I guess I probably know who it is at this point.
You think it's not obvious? It's Colin Hart all the way. 2 touchdowns, 190 yards. Just a great game from him all around.
Very good. So that is going to finish things from Sioux Falls for Ryan Caudell, Cameron Irvine, Rochelle Colston, and the rest of our SFL crew. I am Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We will see you tomorrow night for more action, starting with Vancouver and Las Vegas. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, for more information, head over to simulationfl.net to join the Discord and get involved. Good night from Sioux Falls. We'll let everything run out from this point.